Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Software Engineering. I'm Zhang Shuang from Software College, Northeastern University. In this lecture, we are going to learn UML. UML is Unified Modeling Language. So far, we have learned quite a lot about object-oriented paradigm. And we know that there are some kind of relationship among classes, such as inheritance, association, aggregation or composition, and so on, right? And we have take a look at some class diagrams. And actually, we should understand that class diagram is just a kind of UML diagram. This time, let's take a global view of UML. UML is Unified Modeling Language. And when we mention about the UML, we should never miss these three amigos. All these three amigos are great object-oriented experts. Grady Booch created Booch method in 1991, and James Rainbow achieved OMT, called Object Modeling Technique, in 1991. And Eva Junction achieved Object-Oriented Software Engineering in 1992. So you see, actually, when we talk about these three amigos, we are trying to go back to the history of object-oriented paradigm, or the beginning of object-oriented paradigm and engineering. So you can see that these three amigos achieve its own method or technique of software engineering in the early 1990s. At that time, it is really evolution to achieve such kind of object-oriented paradigm. But we cannot ignore the fact that then the standards for object-oriented paradigm or for such kind of object-oriented diagrams are following different rules or following different grammars. Because the different methods or techniques or tools are delivered by different software companies. So very soon, software developers, designers, find it really make a big trouble for software companies, designers and programmers for their design and their programming, because different software companies deliver different diagrams. So very soon, people find that it is time to achieve some standard, or maybe can call something unified. So in 1997, UML version 1.0 was created for object-oriented paradigm standards. So that means all the diagrams for object-oriented design should follow these standards. And then it developed quite fast. UML 1.1, UML 1.3, UML 1.4 in the late 1990s, and then 2001 and 2003, UML 1.5 was available, and in 2005, UML 2.0 was available. Well, this the short description for UML history. Well, the most important for your student to know is what kind of UML diagrams are supposed to be achieved by software companies. Well, of course, there are quite some different kinds of UML diagrams. But here, I list out only the most common ones that are used by software organizations. From the point of view of software lifecycle, we should never forget phase one, requirements. So after requirements, the first diagram that should be achieved is use case diagram. And actually, we are going to learn use case diagram in the next module. And then after use case diagram, the software organization may achieve activity diagrams too, and class diagram. Maybe at this phase, it's better called preliminary class diagram. And also, based on the use case diagram and the class diagram, designers can achieve sequence diagram. Well, based on class diagram, Sometimes state diagram is also necessary, and collaboration diagram. Well, actually, both sequence diagram and collaboration diagram are interactive diagram. So from this diagram, we can see the sequence and the relationship among the diagrams. For a software system, during the phase of analysis and design, there's quite a lot of work need to do, okay, including such kind of UML diagrams. And actually, in our course, your students are required to understand completely and master skillfully of use case diagram, class diagram, and the sequence diagram, and also state diagram. So this is what we are going to learn in the following lectures. Okay, so much for UML. Thank you.